In this video, we will introduce Hello World AndroidManifest.xml. The AndroidManifest.xml file contains information about your package, including components of the application such as activities, services, content providers, broadcast receivers, etc. It performs some other tasks also. It is responsible to protect the application to access any protected parts by providing the permissions. It also declares the Android API that the application is going to use. It lists the instrumentation classes. The instrumentation classes provide the profiling and other information. These informations are removed just before the application is published. This is the required XML file for all the Android application and located inside the root directory. Here we have an example of our Hello World Android manifest.xml. The first element is the manifest element. Manifest is the root element of the Android manifest.xml file. It includes the namespace declaration. It has package attributes that describes the package name of the activity class. This is our activity. We also have the application element. Application is the sub-element of the manifest. It includes the namespace declaration. This element contains several sub-elements that declare the application components such as activities. The commonly used attributes of this element are icon, label, and theme. The Android icon represents the icon for all the application components. The label works as the default label for all the application components. It should be set as a reference to a string resource. The theme represents a common theme for all the activities. Within the application element, we have the activity element. Activity is the sub-element of the application and represents an activity. Each activity must be defined in the Android manifest.xml file. It has many attributes such as name, label, etc. The name represents a name for the activity class. It is a required attribute. The label represents a label for the activity and is often displayed on the screen. We also have another element which is a sub-element of activity called the intent filter. The intent filter is the sub-element of activity and describes the type of intent to which the activity, service, or broadcast receiver can respond to. It adds an action for the intent filter. The intent filter must have one or more action elements. It adds a category name to an intent filter as well. I've already fired up the emulator for our Android app, and here we can see our C8 course Android base app. And we can see the output, Hello World Android VTC. This concludes our discussion of Hello World Android Manifest.